Hey gang, what it do? It's ya mans, back again, with Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo. And, almost immediately we are going to have an edit, because I fucked this part up a bunch. Because of these goddamn ropes. I always forget that you have to be on the end of them. And yeah, Wallace is just fucking... Whenever Wallace walks and he does his little move with his arms, he does this like chugging motion with his arms, and it reminds me of those goofy pictures of Theresa May walking, where she's doing the like weird little strut. Anyway, this part took me about 2009 tries, so I sped them all up so you can see them, because I'm sure you want to see them. Anyway, this is the last level still, and we're going to be finishing it up in this video. I forgot what a video was called for a second there. You may be wondering, well then why doesn't the video say the end on it if we're gonna be getting to the end of the game in this one? And that is because I do plan on going back and getting some stuff. I don't think I'm going to be attempting 100%, because I think that involves, like, a lot of things, and some of them I don't really feel like doing. But I'm gonna try to get as many of the, I'm gonna try to get all the tools, at least, and I'm gonna try to get as many of the medals as I can, and I'm also going to at least attempt all of the bonus levels, if I can find all of them. And I should be able to. I'll use a guide. So yeah, that'll be the next maybe 1, maybe 2 videos of this, depending on how it all shakes out, we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna try to complete as much of this game as I can after this, but this is the end of the game proper, like, in terms of the story. And I would still say that I mostly enjoy this level. I feel like I'll probably have a better opinion of this game the second time I play through it, when I'm a little bit more used to its quirks, and I kind of know what's coming and what I need to be doing. Because there are times here where, you know, I've just gotten, like, very frustrated because, you know, of how the game is. I don't really need to go over it again. I've already bitched about all of the things that I could probably think of to complain about in this game already. Absolutely getting my ass handed to me by this lava. This is a weird sort of area. And I wasn't even, if I remember correctly, moving the control stick that last time I fell into the lava. It just made me slip off of the fucking box. It's pretty mean, if you ask me. So anyway, hi. I was supposed to upload this yesterday on Friday, but I didn't do that. I don't know why. I was doing other stuff. You know how it is. I ended up streaming, and like, I was gonna try to like record this before I was streaming, but because I would be streaming, I wanted to like make sure I had time to hang out with Liv and do stuff, because, you know, it's the end of the week and blah blah blah. Although I am excited that I have a long weekend this weekend, because Monday is Milk Day, God bless, where we celebrate milk, Harvey Milk. Does Harvey Milk have his own day in, like, California or anything? If any Californians are watching this, you can tell me that. And that was just a big crock of dog shit, in my opinion. I think someone who worked on this game should be sued for that, personally. So here we go, more fire jets to hit buttons to block. I don't really think your timing matters, because I think Wallace will just avoid them in the meantime. And yeah, I love how they have those enemies there so that your gun is like, oh, I will shoot them instead of the button. so it doesn't lock onto it automatically. That's what a gun sounds like, by the way. Oh, I hit a button with my little balls that you shoot out of my body. I don't know what kind of voice that is. It's a gun voice. This music reminds me a lot of Toontown. It sounds like Cog Factory music or something. So that's pretty cool. There have been a couple of little cuts in this game that have reminded me of Toontown music, and also various sound effects. And I think it makes sense that it would remind me of that, because it's a similar sort of lighthearted, toony feel. That was not very toony. That right there was not toony. Maybe I just was not toon enough. I love saying corny shit that makes my own body like recoil with disgust when I say that. But yeah, so I have been trying out some games for the next LP. Been having some trouble with some of them, but if I can get one of them working, then that one will probably be the more likely one. But I think on this video, if I don't end up doing this, then just ignore this entirely. But I made a straw poll, and I was actually going to put it in the description of the Flash game video that I uploaded on Thursday, and I just completely forgot to do that, and I was going to, like, mention it in the video, and I just completely forgot to do that, so I think I'm going to do it on this one, just so, because I want there to be, like, a few days to a week, because I'm probably, whether it's 1 or 2 videos left of this for the rest of this game, next week, I'm probably just going to take the week to do it, and then hopefully have some other stuff ready to go by then. I have some other videos I want to make, so hopefully, like, you know, of shorter games, like 1 or 2 one-off video sort of games. So that'll hopefully probably be what's going on next week. And then I would probably start the next one the week after. So, that gives me a little bit of time to just get acclimated with whatever I'm going to be doing and making sure that it'll work. So, like I said, I kind of have one in mind, but I might put the straw poll in the description. As it says on the poll, like, I'm not necessarily going to do the one that gets the most votes. It's sort of just to gauge where people's interest is, because if there's one that I want to do but like no people vote for it, then I might not do it right now. Also, that was really bullshit, that thing that just happened with that thing where I was pressing forward and it just like pushed me back into the other one and killed me, and it happened like 3 times. It's pretty fucked. This game bullies me sometimes. But yeah, this is the last level, and it's, you know, like I said before, it's pretty straightforward, and I like that about it for the most part. I mean, obviously I've still been sucking at it quite a bit, but I at least know what I'm supposed to be doing, at least most of the time. And I like the Wallace up there. Wallace is in like full, like, DK Smash mode. Like, he's like that. He's holding on to the edge, and it looks like he's, like, being a monkey man. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I believe I do get out of this. Yeah, you can't touch the rail. The rail is, like, electrified, I guess. That does make some sense. Come on, you can do it. I like how I'm saying this like I don't already know that I succeed in doing this. Well, except for that part, which I also thought was bullshit. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, now I gotta do all this shit again. But luckily those machines, those thingy machines, stay destroyed after you destroy them. It's very kind of them to do that. I was just looking at my notes of things to maybe talk about in the commentary for this video, and I've had one that has actually been in my notes for a few videos now, and it just says House Hunters, which would be even funnier if that weren't the name of a TV show that I've been watching. But yeah, I've been watching House Hunters with Liv. I mean, that's not a super new development. We kind of watch it on and off quite a bit. But there's been a very concentrated amount of watching it lately. That, and we've also started on House Hunters International, because the original House Hunters, we've kind of watched like almost all of the episodes that are available of it on Hulu. This part reminds me of Inside the Robot SpongeBob's Brain and other stuff from SpongeBob games. Everything is a SpongeBob game. This part's kind of a pain in the ass. There are multiple waves to it. This part with shooting the fruit, or why do I always fucking call it fruit? Shooting the vegetables at the robots is like the easiest part. It kind of fucks you, especially later when you have to shoot the targets, and it shows you the targets and then starts the camera facing you and away from the target, so you have to spend a minute turning it around to fucking do it. Yeah, just things like that, where it's just kind of like, well, wait, why? Why are you just being annoying and making it hard for no reason? Not even hard, just a little irritating. I don't know. Maybe I'm just easily annoyed by video games. Yeah, see, like, what the fuck? But yeah, I didn't, like, this is the I only wrote down House Hunters in this note. Like, I didn't write down any interesting thoughts on the show. If you don't know what it is about, it's about people who look for a house. And I'm kind of bummed. I learned several years ago, and then, like, reminded myself recently that, the show is kind of like fake bullshit in some ways, because most of the people on the show are people who have actually already closed on a house, or, like, already have one in escrow. And so, like, they already know what they're getting, and, like, 2 of the houses, they're just going like, oh, I don't know if this will work for us. But the most notable thing about that show that I always think about when I'm watching it is how, well, first of all, with a few exceptions, they always get the most expensive house, and a lot of the times, especially, like, couples, like families, they end up getting the one, like, there's so many episodes where there seems to be, to me and Liv, like, a very clear choice for everything they want. Like, they list their priorities of what they want in the house. And there's something that comes pretty close, and in terms of, like, being under budget and location and all that shit. And then they do the one that they get none of that. They don't, like, they don't get the most things. And I just don't understand. Or they just get the most expensive one. Like, they're like, I really need to stay under this budget. Like, we really can't hack it. And then they get one that's like 50,000 over, and they're like, I think it'll be a really good investment because I like the floors. And I don't understand everyone's logic in choosing a place to live on that show. But it's okay. I don't have to, because they are TV. And TV is fake. And I mean, it is. The show is pretty fake. International is weird, though. Like, it has a completely different format. I mean, it's the same general thing in terms of they're buying houses. But, and obviously the main difference is that they're abroad. And most of the time it's just, like, white people going it's people who are, like, you know... It's a lot of single people who were like, you know, I did a mission trip in you know, Mexico, and I immediately connected with the culture.
You're with friends now. We'll soon have you back with your mum and dad, and we'll deal with Mr. Feathers McGraw. Feathers McGraw, kidnapper, hostage taker, diamond counterfeiter and penguin, I'm placing you under citizen's arrest. How did you get me out of here?
It looks a lot like the egg thing from... It reminds me of the the chicken ships from the Jimmy Neutron movie. Yeah, no, you gotta do the fruit past me. Alright, so here's the final boss fight. It's pretty simple, but he throws a lot of shit at you that can just very easily hit you, especially those blade things. And I was really bad at it, and if you fuck up, you have to go back to the start. And I'm gonna be honest, folks. I had other shit to do the day I was recording this. I really just wanted to get it done. And after like a dozen or two times of dying when I got close to the end, I started using save states. Because I didn't want to fuck with it anymore. If it makes you feel any better, I only had to load the save states like twice, so I'm still a gamer, you know. Also, I do not know why Wallace's head is in the ground. I don't know if it's supposed to be there. I don't remember that happening in the cutscene, but he's there, and when he gets hit, he'll go like, "Hey, enough of that now," or whatever he says. Which is pretty funny. Yeah, he just, like, ducked. Now I'm looking at it. I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's a real thing, but either way, it's pretty funny. So yeah, this first phase, you just have to, you know, shoot the vegetable into the robot's poop hole. Bends over and opens up his asshole for you, and you can just shove your turnip in there. And that's what happens. That's what you do. You know, a little bit edit there because lots of edits here because I was dying constantly, and so I'm just showing my like most successful runs of each phase essentially. In hindsight, it's not the hardest boss fight ever, but like I said, I was just getting very impatient and annoyed. And it was one of those things where I was kind of like getting burnt out on the game, and like I mentioned in a previous video, one of those things where like the more you try, the like worse you're getting. Like the longer you do it, you're actually like sucking more. So hence that, but I don't think anyone is really gonna be pissed off about the save states. I don't think anyone invested a lot of emotion into the integrity of this Let's Play, or any of my Let's Plays, honestly. I think I was talking about House Hunters, but I don't really, I don't feel like doing that anymore. It's the end of the game. It's not really appropriate end of game talk. Just be talking about a random fucking TV show I'm watching. It is fun to talk about TV shows I'm watching though, but I'll save more of that rambling shit for when we're going backtracking and getting extra stuff. I mean, I guess it's not extra stuff, but it's bonus to this run essentially. And there you have it. And I think this is only like the second time I've ever shown myself saving. I usually cut this out, but I figure, you know, it's the final boss, baby.
Cracking! Well done, that dog. You saved us from a fate worse than... Oi! Come back here, you! You're supposed to be under arrest. Hurrah! Yippee! Bound to rights, back behind bars, caged like an animal. Feathers won't be troubling us again in a hurry. Oh no!
There you have it, folks. That was the main story for Wallace and Gromit and Project Zoo. I honestly thought at first that the game was gonna end with Pangy getting away with it, which would have really sucked. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't really have much in the way of like closing thoughts, especially because this isn't going to be the end of the LP, so I don't really know if I'm gonna do that. That's usually what I do during the credits of LPs. That and make fun of the names. But none of these are that weird. Gavin Gibbons. I do like that style of the animation. I'm sad that they only really used it for the opening and the ending. And it's like weirdly low res compared to the rest of the game. Don't really know why that is. I know nothing about like that, about like display when it comes to games and emulation and why things look a certain way. Apparently, I've been using the phrase pre-rendered cutscenes to refer to the wrong thing a lot. I don't know how you're supposed to describe the thing that, like, the difference. I don't know. Ones that are rendered in a way that looks like the rest of the game and ones that are more detailed. I always called the latter of those pre-rendered cutscenes, and that is not always the case. Pre-rendered cutscene apparently refers to a more specific thing. So I'm Big Dumbo. But what else is new? Anyway, there you go. Like I said, next time in the next 1 or 2, or maybe 3, I don't know, who knows, videos, we'll be going back to all the levels and seeing what we can do about the bonus areas. Like I said, gonna try to get all the tools, gonna try to get most of the medals. I'm not gonna break my ass about it though. And above all, you know, just have fun and love each other. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in, and yeah, I'll see you next week for more of this and more of other stuff.